Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Anyway, I've got to do Alfie and Friends later, so let's get lit up. Because that's the only way it'll be bearable.
I watched 15 minutes of a Flat Earth documentary. Is that something?
Yeah.
You guys, what do you guys reckon?
Was it pro Flat Earth or anti Flat Earth?
The parts that I saw were kind of neither. It was just more. It was more involved in the lives of the people who were flat earthers.
Okay.
And about like the idea of this community of flat earthers.
Right.
Do they fuck much?
Whoa, this is the thing.
None of them have tits. They're all flat.
They've all got micro penises.
Ken doll situations. They have to have there's a special flat Earth dating websites because you can't be with a non-flat Earther.
What's it called? Or will they?
There was like a series of them. There was not like just one. There's like a whole bunch
wow.
of them. I didn't know the names. There was also like two of the main like flat Earth YouTube people have this really weird like unresolved romance, and they like met over YouTube doing interviews for each other's flat Earth podcasts.
Yeah.
And like they keep like meaning to move to the same city, but like they won't quite admit that it's a romantic relationship. It's like real odd.
So what is like?
Hey, so you're gross, right?
Yeah.
And
Continue.
we'll go to ridiculous lengths occasionally to have sex.
Yes.
Yeah. The podcast Barney Stinson.
Yes. Can't wait until we release our first bit of merch, the Andrew Hastings playbook.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Would you go on to a flat Earth forum and pretend to be a flat earther to fuck one?
How hot's the girl?
She's
Like,
very-
I might do it for a specific girl. I wouldn't do it as a broad.
Yeah.
It's
I like.
Kat Dennings.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not.
Oh,
You know,
is Kat Dennings the one with? Who's she?
two broke girls.
Oh, she's so hot.
She's,
oh my god.
Yeah, I think she's the hottest woman on earth.
Yeah, I only like figured out who she was maybe a week ago, and I've been
Yeah.
like Google image searching her quite a bit.
Her or like early new girl Zoe Deschanel.
Wait, what?
Zoe Deschanel, but like she's a bit older now.
Oh, okay.
So like
He's
younger-
saying that he also enjoys the
Oh,
stylings of Zoe
right.
Deschanel.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
His body.
I like the idea of someone
likes
being
her
so
body of
desperate
work.
that they do go to like they pretend to be flat earthers.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that they
Yeah.
can get
Well, it's
any
also because
attention.
the
Man,
people
it's probably happened.
for sure.
What's the main argument of flat earthers? What's like their ace in the hole?
you can't.
Yeah, what's there like? How
Yeah.
could you possibly think
Yeah.
it's not this?
There is one. It's that you can't see the curvature of the Earth. So
Except for photos taken from
Yeah.
space.
they say they're all faked. So
Jesus
it's
Christ.
it's not an uncompelling argument when you look at it this way. So
But so do
Oh
they
man, it'd be
actually?
so funny if you got to the end of
Yeah.
the documentary, which you said is skewed towards these people are idiots, and you're like,
maybe
it's flat.
So their main argument is that they use Seattle as an example. So if you're like, because it's like over water, right? You can see Seattle from like several hundred kilometers away.
Seattle.
And it's like just a flat plane. Like it's just flat, it's flat land from there to
Yeah.
Seattle. And they're arguing that based on the distance between where you're standing and you can still see the full thing of Seattle, based on how far it is, the Earth's curvature should make it so that you can only see the tops of the tallest buildings, but you can see the full city.
So what do they think? Like when you talk about like circumnavigating the globe?
That's all. It's all faked.
Wait, so if I but
if it wasn't flat, right,
Yeah.
then there would be an end point.
Yeah, we don't need to. There is. It's 200 meter high ice walls, and that's what we know as the South Pole.
And they think that's like, but there'd have to be one point where you just kind of reach like the dunk.
Yeah,
like,
you
oh.
hit. Yeah, you hit the ice.
do they
wall.
actually think that if you walk far enough,
So
you'll
200
fall
kilometers
off?
high.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think that if you climbed up this 200 kilometer high ice wall, then yeah, you'd fall off. I don't know where you'd fall off into.
And have any of them tried?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
So if
into
someone catches a flight from Sydney to
Yeah.
LA to London to Sydney, what's that?
they think you're just going straight lines between each point.
But then how do you arrive
Like
back
doing
at
a
the
circle
start?
instead of going.
So they're saying that you're not doing a circle. They're saying you're going to fly back over. Or, like, to make it look like you're flying a circle, you'd go to the edge where it's just water and fly around so that you're over
There's a lot
water
of
the whole time.
people involved in this conspiracy that don't seem like they'd have the time to like every airplane.
They have a lot of time.
Every
Yeah.
airplane company would be like, okay,
Yeah.
we've got to put in our
Yeah.
navigation thing that it's a circle.
So
to
there's-
really
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
throw. Like, what's the point? Like, why
Yeah,
would
what's the
people
payoff?
hide it? Like,
I don't know. The Earth's not flat. I'm not arguing that the Earth is flat. I think what it really is, I think what it really comes down to is that people just don't like not being in control. And the idea of you being on a spinning globe in the infinite universe is scary. I think that's really what it comes down to. So you do mental gymnastics to fit the idea that it's a flat thing which you can understand and you can see with your eyes.
Also,
Like,
some people just try to be contradictory fuckheads, and that could just be the one that they pick.
How does it explain like different time zones and stuff?
they're all faked. So the world, the moon and the sun are both lights hanging above the Earth, and they're rotating.
And like someone comes up and just like,
no, so they're rotating. So it's like kind of like if you had
So it's like a mobile.
like a mobile, yeah, like a mobile, exactly,
Right.
and it rotates above us, and that what's
and it
causes
plays
the-
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
I imagine so, and that's
Aren't
where the
there-
stars come from.
Aren't there a lot of NBA players that are running a flat
I
Earth?
don't know,
this
maybe
year?
I don't know.
I think that's the first time
The bit I
heard
saw
it.
was focused mostly on this one man and this one woman, but I only got 10, 15 minutes.
That's where I.
imagine if like LeBron or something like
Yeah.
in the
But it was
debate
someone
for
who
the
was
best of
on
all
that
time
level.
was just like, the Earth's flat, bro.
Man,
Like, you'd instantly lose so much cred.
You say
Everyone would be
that-
like, nah, it's Michael Jordan was the best.
You said Ronda Rousey, who was for a time considered the best female athlete of all time, not at all anymore, but was considered that for a long time. She's a Sandy Hook truther.
What's
What?
the
They
truth
think, like,
behind Sandy
the
Hook?
mass shooting was faked by the government as a false flag thing, and there's crisis actors playing the victims and stuff.
Wow.
Jesus
Sandy Hook,
Christ.
Ronda Rousey, Sandy Hook truther, crazy.
Was
I
she-
think she's since taken it back.
Was she doing that at like the height of her fame?
No, it was after. I think I might have this wrong. I think it was after. It was in the
It's like her
period.
being shitty that she lost the world title.
I think
and
it was
stuff.
in the period where she disappeared after several losses,
Huh.
and it was real that she actually was never that good an MMA fighter. I mean, she could still beat me.
So is it ice walls on all four sides
Yeah,
of the
it's a
Earth?
circle. They have a map. They have a map that they kind of all unanimously agree on. Like the most flat earthers unanimously agree on. It's all the land is in the middle. We're all surrounded by a lot of water, and on the edge of that is these huge walls of ice, which
So do any
so
flat
to
earthers...
encapsulate this
You go
this
first.
circle.
Do they believe in like Pangea?
Don't know. You'd assume so, but also maybe not. I
What
don't
about
know.
breaking
They-
Pangea,
one guy-
Fred
one
Mascherino's
guy on
band
there
before he
was
joined
like-
Taking Back Sunday?
A lot of them are also like the
That's a
Earth
very
is
this
6,000 years
podcast
old
joke.
and dinosaurs were put there by the Jews. Like there's a lot of that sort of shit.
By the
yeah.
Jews?
Fuck, they know about that?
Is that seriously who they're
No,
blaming?
no, they didn't specifically say the Jews, but like it's a lot of these. If you look at any, this is a thing I've thought about for a while. If you look at any conspiracy long enough and you go deep enough into it, it kind of comes back to the Jews. Like,
Yeah.
people really hate Jewish people.
David Icke, who I saw a photo of him playing the N-word,
Yeah,
which is fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, like David Icke, he's the original lizard people
Yeah.
guy.
Oh,
He's like
right.
reptilian
Weird,
shape.
because
Yeah,
his
yeah.
name rhymes with a slur for people.
But wouldn't Ike be like short for Isaac, which I think is also a Jewish
Isaac
name?
is a Jewish name,
Yeah.
but like I think it's also like from the Christian Bible as well. You'd
Right.
know.
yeah, it's a Jewish.
You're a Bible fucker.
Yeah, it's a Jewish name.
Well,
I,
a lot of Christian names are Jewish names.
yeah, because it all stems
It's the same
from
Bible. It's
the first.
As the
part of it.
preeminent flat Earth expert, Andy, I have a question.
10 minutes
for
of a
you.
documentary I watched.
Yeah. So the Earth is surrounded by four walls.
No, it's a circle.
Okay.
It's like a watch face,
Okay.
but the edge of the watch face is ice walls.
Okay. So does anyone want to go beyond it?
That's
They-
what
it
I
didn't-
said
it-
before.
yeah, it
like,
didn't
why wouldn't
come
anyone
up-
go and try, or at least like try and peer?
Is that
over
like
the edge?
going to space?
I guess so. I don't
So
know.
if you jump over the ice wall, you're in
They
space.
didn't say what they. I'm assuming they'll get to it in the documentary. This must be so frustrating for a listener who's seen the whole documentary.
Or is
It's
it
on Netflix?
flat?
A lot of
or
people
is
said
it a
it's
flat Earth? They're being like, you're asking the wrong question.
Yeah, I don't know what's beyond the edge of the ice wall, and I don't know how much.
Imagine
people
if we
tried
had
to
like
get
a
beyond the ice
drop
wall.
off of listeners of like 50 after this episode. We found out that
Huge
all of
flat
our
earth?
listeners were flat earthers.
It would not surprise me if like half our audience was the dumbest people
yeah.
based on what we talk about every week. Then it's like, I like the fact that they talk about cum and that the Earth's not round.
yeah.
I'm a flat chester because I don't believe tits are real.
Do I need to get these out again, baby?
But yeah, man, it's pretty wild stuff. Like I think people are just scared. I think is what it comes down
Imagine
to.
that's your platform that tits aren't real.
But yeah, there was a guy.
I've never felt any.
Implants.
I can't see the curvature under her bra. Okay.
Never been allowed near them. Don't exist.
You know why they don't let me do it? Because they're not fucking really there.
It's all padding.
For real, why won't you let me touch yours?
It's all wolves. All wolves.
But yeah, this one guy was like, yeah, Earth
That's
is
a good riff, Drew.
Was like, yes, 6,000-year-old Earth, dinosaurs were put there and stuff. But you're
Just
right,
patted him
like
on
the
the
lizard
shoulder.
people thing. It's like when you come down to it, it's like, oh yeah, cool. You get deep enough, it's the Illuminati, New World Order, alien lizard people. But these lizard people all have, hooked noses and love controlling
yeah.
banks. Like there's a
And
real
their
vibe
last
to,
names
like-
are all Goldberg.
yeah, it's like, yeah. You got to watch out for these
Weinstein.
Goldbergs and Rothschilds and Weinsteins and.
Harvey
Well,
Weinstein.
that one you do have to watch out for.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein didn't exactly do that, like,
True.
cause any favors.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
but that's a Christian conspiracy to make us look bad.
Well, you did kill our Lord.
yeah.
In church, we literally sang a song that the lyrics were like, "Were you there when they crucified our Lord?" And like, that's like the hook. That's the chorus.
Yeah.
I think
just
I
being in
remember that
church,
one.
Yeah, were you there when they? I remember just being like, "Who's they?"
But it's
Yeah.
they with a capital T as well. Like,
yeah. Were they? In the
Yeah,
comments?
3 brackets on either side.
They wink.
Yeah, Flat Earth, like Weinstein must have fucking done like a number on like all the conspiracy theorists who are like, see?
Oh, totally, man. I was reading about this is too much Cumtown territory, but I was reading about like Jeffrey Epstein the other day.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, it's not looking
Oh,
good.
that- I read like a big feature article.
The
on that guy,
Lolita
and it was
Express,
the
man. It's fucked up.
creepiest shit.
Oh, that's the boy fuck plane, right?
Yeah. Do you know there's a Trump quote, and this is like confirmed, like it's footage of it and shit. Trump going, Jeffrey Epstein's a good friend of mine. He loves the ladies. He likes a lot of young ladies. He literally said that. Donald
Yeah.
Trump fucking said that.
Maybe we're a conspiracy podcast now.
Maybe. There's already a lot of conspiracy podcasts.
Yeah, but
though.
I'm having more fun doing this than talking
It is
about
fun,
movies.
isn't it?
yeah.
I love conspiracies.
Let's get
man.
John Cruikshank on to discuss that one joke that he has about conspiracies.
I did a little bit on Holocaust deniers in school. Pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, Holocaust deniers are fucking crazy.
It's insane what
Yeah.
they think. Yeah. Man, it's nuts stuff. Something about
Did you ever
like,
see that old John Safran prank where he was showing you how to get someone not let into the country and you had to set up a website for them that said that they were a Holocaust denier?
That's
I remember when he got a fatwa put on Rove. That was great.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're just doing a John Safran podcast. I remember when he dressed up as Slipknot to get into a nightclub.
yeah,
that was sick.
good.
Do
John
you-
Safran rules, man.
What do you
The
think?
best thing he ever did though was when on that race around the world thing and he kicked like a Sharon over the wall of like the fucking DMZ or whatever it's called in like the
Yeah, Korea.
Israel, Palestine, the West
yes,
Bank.
the West Bank. Yes,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
going to say Westgate, which
West
is the
Wing.
bridge in fucking Melbourne.
Israel.
But he just walked up to like this heavily armed guard and goes, "Could I just pop in and get that back?"
That's very funny.
So what do you reckon's the best, like, well, okay.
The one that appears to have the most clout, I reckon, if you were about to say what's the best conspiracy theory, is that the moon landing was fake.
Yeah, but they just released that Apollo 11 documentary, right? That's like,
Right.
that kind of shows like all the effort that like actually went into it and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty well documented. Well, I watched a thing recently about the moon landing thing, and it was proving that, like, it would actually been more effort to fake it. It would have been more. It would have the technology to fake it just didn't exist. The lighting that would have needed to be
Stanley
involved.
Kubrick
But it's
did
not.
it.
It's not even just
The-
that.
the
It's
lighting
like how
technol-
far would you have to like
Oh, it's
spread
crazy.
the like
But,
confidentiality thing?
but even
about the
forgetting that,
lie?
literally the lighting tricks that would have had to have been used didn't exist.
Have you seen
and
that?
would have cost billions of dollars.
Have you ever
So-
seen
yeah.
Buzz Aldrin fucking deck that?
Yeah, it's
dude?
fucking
I love that
sick.
footage.
No, but can we watch it later?
Buzz Aldrin's like he's like 80 at this point, and this like
Hell yeah.
young dude is getting in his face, being like,
You
"It was
faked
faked, it was faked," and he just fucking lays him out. And it's-
That fucking rules. He's an all-American boy.
There's
I like that.
That's what
Buzz
it fucking
Aldrin-
means to be all-American.
Buzz
Hell
Aldrin is in an episode of 30 Rock as himself, and he's very funny at it. He's yelling at the moon.
Fire out.
I walked on you.
As
It's
if like if
He's in that episode of The Simpsons as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Second
yeah.
comes right after first.
Yeah,
in the movie First Man about Neil Armstrong, the guy who plays Buzz Aldrin portrays him like the biggest dick. Like Buzz Aldrin
Like
seems
an asshole or like a
yeah, like
bumbling
no,
idiot?
like the fucking bit like an idiot and like an asshole too. Like just a complete prick.
It's a pretty well trodden stand-up premise, but like imagine being the third guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
Norm's
would
bit on that
suck.
is nearly perfect.
Yeah.
Though.
Oh, man.
Norm's bit on
I
it
can't
is
listen to
excellent.
any stand-up bits that begin with the phrase "imagine being" anymore because they've been topped by one. There can only be one butt baby.
It's because but it's not that you like. It's not
imagine
that you
being
don't
one.
want to listen to them. It's just that you just don't because as soon as you hear "imagine being," you just kind of eyes glaze over and you go off into your happy place.
butt baby.
Man, what a bit.
What do you think? Yeah, do you think 9/11 was fake, flat Earth,
Nah.
or Holocaust deniers?
I
Or do we
think-
have to pick one?
Yeah, of the three, which one's the most interesting to you, and which one holds the most weight?
Holocaust denying is the most interesting to me. Moon landing.
I didn't say moon landing, fucker.
What was the three?
9/11 was
9/11 and Holocaust denier and flat Earth.
I think 9/11 being an inside job is the most likely to be true.
That's
of
the
those
most.
three.
That's the most.
Oh my lord!
That is the most believable. I
Yeah.
think.
I'm gonna say.
I think the
clear
moon
motive
landing.
there,
Wait,
there's
no, we're not doing.
no,
moon
I don't
landing?
think it's
Moon
through.
landing.
I don't think 9/11.
Like the other two are clearly not real.
I believe they're all like none of those conspiracy theories are true. But if it can somehow got confirmed inarguably that 9/11 was an inside job, I wouldn't be like, but how? I'd be like,
You can't
oh,
cut
that
beams
sucks.
like that.
Shut up.
You can't.
I love the memes about 9/11 being an inside job. How they take on this real patronizing tone of like Amanda Gray once called me an idiot for thinking 9/11 wasn't an inside
I know,
job.
I-
She's a massive truther.
Yeah, I know. But she was like, I bet you think the real story. I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, you're an idiot then. Because if I'm the
wow.
My
fucking
favorite
moron.
one, like, because
I actually get along with Amanda
the
Gray.
9/11 conspiracy theory is that the government did it, but still, like, over 2,000 people lost their lives, right?
Yeah.
So it's still like all these innocent victims. My favorite thing about the memes, which I think where you were going, is how patronizing they are. There's one like of the towers where like the plane's crashing into it, and then like
Oh, the
down the
smaller thing down the
side,
bottom.
like
Yeah.
down the bottom, there's like a little explosion. It's like,
And they're
whoop!
like-
Bet you didn't notice this, did you? And you're like, people died.
Yeah.
Either way, show some
Like
respect.
thousands of people died, and you're like, "Oh, you fucking moron! You didn't know that."
You're done goofed, push.
Set that one off a bit early. You dumb fuck.
You didn't realize the Lehman Brothers office was blowing up over there, did you?
No, but seriously, every Jew did call in sick that day.
Yeah, I got a cold that day.
Yeah, that's
No, we
I do love the idea of like the Jew signal going off. Like,
We-
guys, don't come in.
you'll never know.
at school we just watched it like the TV all day. We didn't do
Yeah.
any work.
Yeah. We did
We
regularly.
had an assembly.
We had an assembly, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't.
We
do that.
had a special assembly because we were in like the fucking sticks, which was like, do not make fun of people from the Arabic region who are students here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got
like,
that
they
one
like
as well.
sat us down and they're like, do not like
Yeah.
make 9/11 jokes to people.
We had a few.
and we
Arabic
were
kids.
like, and a lot of people paid no heed.
They
to
were
that.
already calling it
What?
9/11 on 9/11.
Yeah.
What year were you guys in?
5.
I thought I was just gonna be like, it was 2001. You fucking. I was in year 9.
I was in year 8.
Yeah, I was in year 6.
Year 5, I'm the young one.
Far out.
I'm cute.
It was a weird thing to like.
Your belly is like flopping onto your pants.
Yeah,
It was a weird
it's pretty
thing
bad.
to experience in primary school.
I should be learning to lose. I should be trying to lose weight for the wedding, right?
Yeah.
Shred for the wed.
Yeah.
Shred for the wedding. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna get fatter.
Yeah, probably.
So on the day,
Eat more bread for the wedding.
September 10, 2001, Jamie. I assume you have like some sort of like Voldemort, Death Eater, Dark Mark style tattoo on your arm.
I'll never
Which
tell.
was activated. I assume that's how it worked.
My scar.
Like a
hurt
star of
that day.
yeah,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
Star of David on your arm. Fucking
You'll never.
started.
No one will ever see the Star of David tattoo that we all have.
Yeah.
But after
Until
last,
they put it on the foreskin and then cut it off so no one can ever see
after
it.
last week's
Wow.
episode, when the glitter like matched up with all the ends of the stars, it became the Star of David.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on September 10th, something was wrong.
Yeah.
That's what I felt.
Yeah.
I get it. It took. Real,
But I think it would have been September 12th when like I woke up.
Yeah, we all found out on
Yeah.
September 12th, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it took me like a second to kind of comprehend what was going on because my pop gave me a lift to school and I hadn't like seen anything on the TV in the morning, so I could just hear this stuff on the radio and he was just kind of like intently listening and I had no idea what was going on. It was very...
We just had, I remember just being furious that Cheese TV wasn't
Yeah,
on.
I had the exact same thing.
And
You know
my
there's
mum
a-
waking me up and
You're
being
watching
like,
Cheese TV in year 8.
I watched it all the way through high school.
I was watching Cheese TV in year 7
do
at
watch it,
least. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the.
I like kept up with Pokemon.
I think I remember.
Yeah, well, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! At least until like year 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
I respect that. I watched Dragon Ball Z up until like year
Yeah,
9.
Dragon Ball Z, it was good.
My mum came into
I
my
got all
room
fucking
Yeah, my
nonsense.
mum came to my
and she
room.
said, "The U.S. has been attacked."
I had a real
I had a
creepy
similar
one.
thing, yeah.
I woke up and my stepdad was next to my bed wanking me. No, I woke up and my stepdad was next to my bed, and he wanted to tell me before I saw it on TV. So he like told me what happened, and then he was like, "Yeah, and there's probably going to be a war. Don't worry though, you won't have to go to war." Little did he know, the war's still going on. Like there's
Yeah.
still wars in the Middle
Yeah,
East because of
yeah.
9/11.
And then he wanked you off.
Then he,
Yeah.
you know, he
That
touched
was
me.
nice of him.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I woke up and George Pell was next to my bed. Man, that's topical.
Never forget.
This episode's not coming out for weeks, but that's topical as of right
3
now.
weeks.
George Pell.
I think it would still be topical because there's going to be the huge appeal against it.
Yeah, that's going to take a while though.
It'll
I think.
take like more than a year probably.
Yeah.
God, that'll be so fucked if the appeal gets through.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the conspiracy theory. It's the appellate court. PELL, right in the middle. It's stacked in his favor, baby. He's going to get off.
Man, you Jews get all the goss.
Yeah, he's already gotten off.
Yeah,
a
he
few
got off,
times.
and it was
Yeah.
kind of how we got in this mess.
It was
Jesus, dude.
it was in very poor taste.
Man, I grew up pretty Catholic.
Yeah,
No one ever
I went to
molested
Catholic
me.
school
But
for
did you
2
believe
years.
it?
Yeah, of course.
So
But
does that
at
mean
what age did you stop?
My parents warned me when I was... Oh, like believe in God, you mean? I think you meant believe that priests were pedophiles.
Oh no,
Your parents
fucking-
warned
I've
you that the
always
priest
known
was
Oh, God,
pedophiles?
yeah. Not the priests, they were like anyone. Like, like anyone could be a pedophile.
Well, I
Yeah.
went to like
especially those hook-nosed fellows over there.
I went to like 2 public schools for primary school, and then went to a Catholic high school. And like within the first like, I don't know, like 6 weeks of being there or something like that, they had to send a note home to everyone that like a former priest from like the church across the road had like touched up a bunch of kids.
Yeah. The rates are staggering.
Mm.
In answer to your question, I think I believed in God in some form till I was 13, and I stopped believing in like Catholic God when I was like 10. And it wasn't like a big deal. But yeah, I was warned about pedophile priests, absolutely.
Oh man, like because that was just like a rule at our school. It was just like the principal had to be a priest, and we had the same one for the first 6 years, and then a different one for the last year. But the first one was 100% like a repressed homosexual pedophile.
Yeah.
He'd always like touch you and be like quivering and have these
Oh,
creepy
God.
looks on his face.
Oh, my.
Ugh.
Man, George Pell, one for the ages.
Yeah, I mean, that is far.
Yeah, man. All right, you got the official. We'll just tell your mother we ate it all. Hot take here.
It's fucked.
pedophilia. Pretty fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, conspiracy theories, man. Pretty good stuff. I reckon 9/11 was an inside job, but like an inside hand job.
Yeah, okay.
Drew, riff with that.
Oh man, I think
The fucking inside the plane, the terrorists came up and like jerked off the pilot for
George
a bit until
Bush-
he, like kind of to divert the.
George Bush was inside Tower 7, jacking off my Tower 7, if you know what I'm
yeah,
saying.
Tower 7-incher.
Yeah, exactly. That was the
That was the
subtext
joke?
of- That was
Yeah.
the joke there, Bensley.
Oof.
Yeah.
Because I get to
Don't
have
riff,
it
Drew.
custom made, I'm gonna get my a few extra edges on it and call my pussy the Pentagon.
Yeah. Where's the plane? Where is it?
No one gets in or out.
Yeah.
It's crazy that like a plane can crash into a building and like conspiracy theorists will be like, "Where's the plane?" You're like,
Yeah.
disintegrated on
It
impact.
fucking-
Like,
yeah. Well, the you know the like jet fuel can't melt steel beams thing.
yeah,
Obviously.
it's
Have-
untrue as well.
It's completely untrue. You can melt steel with a wood fire. It doesn't matter because heat doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just because like
It's just how hot it is.
yeah, because things accumulate heat over time. Like
Yeah.
if you put you can like. If it was like a flash of like if it was all that heat applied in 1 second, of course not. But a fire starts, it heats the steel accumulates heat, reaches the point where it melts.
But also
I
within
feel like you're trying to convince me of a conspiracy like that I already think is not true. Like you're getting in my face. Like, fucking melt
yeah,
steel
you're really
beams, bro.
looking at Bensley doing.
I did. I don't
He's very
believe
pretty.
the thing
it.
that I find bizarre about it is like there is inevitably wood in there as well.
Yeah.
So that would have caught fire, which would like get rid of some of the structure,
And the
so
amount
that
of people
the metal
in
could
there.
just bend.
But yeah, it doesn't need
And
to melt.
snap.
It can
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
bend.
All right, guys, you got the official. We'll just tell your mother we'll take 9/11, not an inside job.
How
Where
fun-
have we got to?
Debunked.
Yeah.
How funny?
Snopes.com.
How funny is it that Steve Reynolds-Easy is like still working as a comic
Yeah, that's
after
Yeah, how
lying
did-
about being in 9/11?
That is so funny.
I remember because he used to do that fucking.
Does Pete
He's on the
Davidson hate
lead.
him?
Yes.
Pete Davidson
Yeah.
must hate him,
He
right?
I
does,
wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised.
He used to do that Ari Shafir storytelling show. This is not happening or whatever. And then after it came out that he had lied about that whole bit, he was on it again, and like the title of the video had something, and I'm like, he's gonna talk about it, and it was just completely unrelated. I'm like, you've got
He's
to like.
I went to a strip club one time. It
Yeah.
was fucked. And it's like, no, dude, you were. What was the company he was supposed to be working for? Like a real famous one, like Morgan and something.
Morgan and
Stanley or
Stanley.
Morgan
someone?
Stanley. Yeah. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Morgan
Man.
and Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
Do you think if you were in 9/11?
I would have survived. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'll do the
man.
Wahlberg. Like,
Do you know
yeah,
things would have gone down a little differently?
Do you know
I
why?
would have blinded that Vietnamese plane.
They would have hit it with a 2x4. They would have missed the towers because they couldn't see.
You know why I would have got out alive? Because I would have been behind the fucking front desk down the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah.
Working a
yeah,
shit
yeah.
job.
Ah!
I'm out of here.
Just right out the front door.
You know what I
close
would
call.
have. You know why I would have been alive? Because I would have had a little phone call a few hours before telling me not to go into work.
Have you ever watched the footage of Howard Stern broadcasting live and finding out that it's happening while it's happening?
No.
He was broadcasting, and there's a video of it on YouTube, and they're just like, oh, apparently it's a plane crash into Twin Towers. That's fucking weird. They're all joking about it, and then they're like, oh fuck, another one did. And it's just like people finding out in real time. It's so weird.
That's one
Anyway,
of
we've got
the-
these two girls in the studio, and they're about to get their tits out and rub them together.
One of them's going to ride the Sibian.
There's a couple of twin towers still standing in here, if you know.
Fuck yeah. Man, imagine if 9/11 happened now, like another 9/11 level event happened as we were recording and we had to cover
Oh
it.
yeah,
That would be
sick.
fucking sick.
Man, we might be in a museum or something.
That would be
like
amazing.
this is the
Yeah.
We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All episode, and like you like fast forward through the first 18 minutes of them talking about the flat Earth thing. They were wrong about it. The Earth is flat. We know that from the great ice wall great ice wall tragedy that just happened.
Well, part of the plot of Interstellar is that they start telling everyone that the moon landing was fake to stop people wanting to be academics. Have you seen Interstellar?
No.
It's not good.
Ah.
I have seen it, but I don't remember that.
It's like a thing where, like, because McConaughey was an astronaut and stuff,
Yeah.
and they keep telling his kids that the moon landing. His daughter's like, being like, the moon landing wasn't fake, and they're like, no, the moon landing was fake. We did it to get the Soviet Union. He had to like, it's like early in the movie before he goes into space.
Right.
Yeah, when you see like, I thought in Interstellar, all the stuff on Earth before he got into space was actually pretty good. I thought, just the stuff in space sucked.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All. How long did we do on that, Ben?
A podcast
26
about teen
minutes.
sex
Fucking
conspiracies.
hell.
We talked more about the flat Earth stuff than I spent watching the flat Earth stuff.
Yeah. We've got Andrew Bensley back. Hey, say
hey,
hi,
yeah.
Andrew Bensley.
This was the
Hello.
episode he was actually booked for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I've
he-
seen the movie.
that
this
he
time.
requested. And today we're doing the movie Slackers, 2002.
Make sure to pronounce the second S because
Yeah.
I got confused.
Not to be
And
confused.
I was very disappointed.
I watched the first 5 minutes of a different movie.
The Richard Linklater one.
Slacker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
that was his first one, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's meant to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what inspired Clerks. So
Because that I was talking to someone about. You guys were saying Clerks was the first movie to do that shit, and they were like, "Oh, actually, it's Slacker."
Shut up.
Yeah, shut up, nerd. I already knew that as well. Like, just fuck you.
It might have been Alexi. I don't know.
Yeah, well, shut up.
Shut up, Alexi. Not being available to do our pod this weekend.
yeah, just conspicuously dodging us.
Yeah, trying to get himself on a bigger episode.
Yeah.
He's like, save Superbad for me. Or
Yeah,
something.
well, guess what? There are no bigger episodes. We get the same audience every week.
But when it initially said Bensley wants to do Slackers, I was like, oh, cool. That won't be a bad thing to watch. And then little did I know.
Bensley,
I was going to have
Slackers
to.
rules.
I was so hungover yesterday. I had to spend fucking 86 of the longest minutes of my life watching this dog shit movie. This is up there with the worst things we've watched.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I like
I
it.
thought it was like perfectly fine.
Absolutely hated it. There was
yeah, I'm leaning more towards you guys.
Yeah, I thought it was like fine, whatever.
Slackers is a 2002 romantic comedy film, which
I
doesn't
guess.
seem right.
No, it was
No.
definitely a
Directed
sex
by
comedy.
Dewey Nicks and starring Jason Schwartzman, Devon Sawa, Jason Segel, and Michael Morona. Doesn't even mention Jamie King in here. That's all it says.
Can I read some of the review bits just to kind of give myself some clout?
Yep.
Can I?
A lot of unexpected people in here, like the guy from Community who plays the dean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Dave
Jim
from
Rad.
Community
Yeah, Jim
playing
Rad.
a very similar
That's
role.
what
Yeah.
There were a lot of
Joe Flaherty.
Joe
just
Flaherty, yeah.
randomly-
And Nat Faxon, who is Jim Ratch's writing partner. They won an Oscar for
Who's
the
the chick
Descendants.
from
Oh, yeah.
Orange is the New Black and that 70s show?
Laura
yeah,
Prepon.
Man,
she's
she-
very
yeah,
hot.
she gives
She-
me Laura Precum.
Yeah, there we go.
I just I don't understand how somebody who seems to have some sort of acting cred like Jason Schwartzman read this and went, Yeah, I'll do that movie.
Honestly, not a bad movie.
I think he's great in it. He's
the movie
hilarious.
was ahead of its time.
It was good. The only part of it I really liked
Was the song at the
was
end.
the song at the end.
Yeah.
But even the
Song
lyrics are
was
pretty
good.
bad.
Yeah.
But like,
Jason Schwartzman rules so hard. I'm a big Wes Anderson fan.
Wow. Wouldn't have picked it.
I think,
tell it's very
I
sarcastic.
think we've done this bit on the pod like 4 times.
So-
But I do like Jason Schwartzman a lot. I think
So
he's
anyway,
great.
Ron-
Rushmore is like one of my favorite movies.
anyway, Rotten
Fancy.
Tomatoes,
Really
Slackers
good.
has received an overall rating average of 10%.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Grow up,
We're
nerds.
part
On
of a- we're
Metacritic,
part of
the
a,
film
like,
holds
an
a
elite
12 out of 100
10%
based on
people.
28 critics, meaning overwhelming dislike.
Oh, whatever. Shut up.
A few critics noted the dialogue as a positive, but
Yep.
not sufficiently good to warrant attention. There's a couple of other ones. Philip French commented that Slackers makes American Pie look like the importance of being earnest.
Well, yeah, which means he probably hated American Pie too, which means you're a dork.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but also
you're
then you're not the
dork.
fucking target market for this movie. Suck my
Philip-
hole.
But hang on,
French.
someone
Yeah, the
who-
importance of being earnest, the importance of sucking my
Yeah.
dick.
I think American Pie makes the importance of being earnest look like literal dog shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the importance of being earnest sucks.
fuck the importance of being earnest.
fuck
American
you,
Pie is
Ernest.
the best film. Be like, oh, you're comparing it to the best movie
Would this,
ever made.
would this be a good matchup, though? The importance of being earnest goes to jail. But the last one, Roger Ebert, who sometimes likes shitty things that I like Juice Bigelow, European Gigolo.
Roger Ebert's a fucking nerd.
And he's dead.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
he's dead ass.
But he
bitch.
awarded the
Dead
film
ass.
a
No
0
mouth having
out
bitch.
of 4. No
0?
stars.
0 out of 4.
Described the film as a dirty movie,
How
not
did
a
he
sexy,
describe it with no
erotic,
fucking
steamy,
mouth?
or even smutty movie.
He had his mouth at that point.
He had his mouth at that point.
Yeah.
Well,
he had his
fuck-
mouth wrapped around my dick at that point.
Yeah, that's why he didn't like the movie because he couldn't watch because he was too busy sucking me off.
Yeah.
That's how he got all that mouth cancer.
I mean,
The thing with Slackers,
Is this too far?
I don't know.
Isn't that what Michael Douglas claimed? Was that like going
He got
down?
cancer from eating
too much
pussy.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, call me fucking
Yeah.
cancer.
Anytime I get sick with
God,
anything, I
man.
blame it
Oh,
on eating
God.
too much
yeah,
puss.
sorry, I came down with a cold. I just guess I was just slurping down.
Imagine
on a
being the person
furry
that works
clam.
with that person. They're like, like comes into work the next day. Like, you come in at lunch. Like, oh no, a bit full. Oh, I just had a lot of pussy last night.
Man, I love eating pussy.
But what about the weird scene where that, in the middle of the film that kind of threw me, where that just all of a sudden it's 3's the magic number and it's just them flying
Yeah,
around.
that was
and
weird.
I
Yeah.
know that was
weird
funny.
shit in it. Yeah.
Man, I will say as well, Jason Segel in everything.
He's great.
He's a fucking star.
He's
Like,
very, very good.
He's good in everything.
Yeah.
Also, it sounds exactly like Sydney comic and never guesting Dave Henning.
I told you that this was bad content.
Yeah, and I plowed right past it, and I felt I had to mention it.
Yeah, I messaged Dave last night to not smoke weed with, and he wasn't available. So I'm, fuck Dave Henning.
Jamie King, the love interest in the movie,
Stanley
credited
King.
as James King.
Wait. The lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that
It's
like
James.
Really?
yeah, that was what she was going by for a bit. But she was a model from like the age of 13 or something like that, and I think she's only about 22 in this movie. And she was a heroin addict from the age of 14 to 19.
Yeah, Hollywood's fucked. Jeffrey
Yeah.
Epstein, man.
But can you like? She looks beauble.
Yeah. she
How
doesn't
could you
look-
abuse heroin? For one,
Well, she was
like
a model while she
we
was
all
Yeah.
know heroin's only for uggos.
no, but like,
Cocaine's.
but like,
Sounds like Rosie's a heroin truther. Jamie King never did heroin.
but from like the age of 14, you're still developing. Like,
Yeah.
that should fuck you up.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, fuck. I just remember my favorite conspiracy
Maybe she would have
theory.
been the hottest person in the entire world.
It's a cancer one, and like it is pro wrestling related, but honestly, bear with me on it. Roman
How many
Reigns-
times have you said that on the
No,
fucking
it like it has nothing to do with actual wrestling. It's just about a wrestler.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns is an unpopular wrestler.
Oh, right. Yeah, this is actually okay.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is he's one of the biggest wrestlers, but he
They're trying to make him to be like the next Rock or something like
but
that.
he's not quite connecting with the fan base. So when he gets booed by a lot of like
Is he a
adult
heel?
nerdy fans, no, he's a face.
They've-
But people boo him inappropriately.
Yeah,
Maybe you should do a heel turn.
He was a heel, and then ever
Look,
since
don't make
they
me get
made him
into
a
it.
good guy.
Yeah.
And they kind of
But
refused to turn
he's
him.
he's not as popular as they want him to be. They're really pushing him right. What it got revealed is that he's and this was confirmed earlier, he's had leukemia before. 5 months ago he came out and he said, guys, I gotta take a break. He was a champion. He said, I gotta take time off. I've got leukemia again, it's back. I need to go away, get treated. I'll come back when I'm healthier. I dropped the belt, right? Came back,
Which
5
is
months-
awful, and like everyone
Yeah,
who like
even if you-
everyone who hated him as his character was like, well, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, I wasn't
Like,
a fan of his wrestling, but like, man, it sucks that a guy got leukemia, right? right?
Yeah.
He went away 5 months. He came back this week. He still has all his hair and stuff. And he was like, guys, I'm in remission. I'm back. I'm wrestling again, right? Now, it's very possible to be treated with chemo without losing your hair. It depends on the method of treatment. It affects everyone differently, blah, blah, blah. There is like a significant contingent on the internet being like, WWE have faked Roman Reigns having leukemia to make him more popular. I've been like going through Twitter and stuff, finding this stuff. Guys are fucking insane, being like, I like demanding to see Roman Reigns' medical
Seems
records
believable.
as if he's Donald Trump and Obama's birth certificate.
It's not unbelievable, but fucking hell.
It's
like,
still
you
a company.
wouldn't-
They have
you-
stakeholders.
Yeah.
Like they
You-
Yeah.
It's like $1 billion company.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, maybe
It's-
you would do it if your most popular guy isn't as popular as you'd like.
And also, how much of a bad guy would that make Roman Reigns?
just
Is
an
if he gets,
evil man.
if he gets brought into the board meeting and they're like, look, cancer, kind of the ultimate sympathy thing, and he's like, I'm listening.
I mean, like that
You're saying that
must.
if I pretend to have cancer, people will cheer for me in this fake sport?
Yeah.
Like-
But I mean, that must like
that I already make millions of dollars
that
from.
must have even more credence now, given what just happened with the Jussie Smollett thing.
right.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
Yeah.
But it's,
Yeah, because like if you're saying how could someone do this, you're like, well, this fucking highly paid actor just faked
but it's
like
not.
a
But
racial
the
attack.
company who made Empire didn't set it up. Jussie did because he's a psycho. Like
Yeah.
it's WWE.
But also,
making the
Roman
announcement.
Reigns could have just set it up and not told the WWE.
Nah,
No.
I think you'd get through that.
Yeah, I think also because they have their own doctors.
But why does he have hair?
Not everyone.
Are you a
loses
Roman
their hair.
Reigns truther now?
Yeah.
But he's been retweeting
Yeah.
some of the stuff, and it's
It's
like,
fucking nuts.
But also like a very funny and not surprising coincidence is like the
yeah.
same people who are doing it are also like messaging cam girls and
Yeah,
shit.
just being like, you should date me.
Oh, I know exactly the kind of person.
Wait, you just kind of had a weird look off to the side
Yeah.
there. Whoa,
Did
whoa,
someone
what-
come to mind?
What was that? What was that?
No one. I was just talking about the specific type of person.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Drew, when did you first watch this movie?
I think when I was probably like, I don't know, 14.
And you loved it then?
I loved it then.
Did you beat off to it?
Probably.
Sick.
There's some titties in there.
Yeah,
Shit,
the
yeah.
old lady.
And
And you get to see Laura Prepon fake masturbating.
Yeah.
and he goes, and it's got
Hey,
one
no
of the great
complaints
lines of the movie is when Jason Schwartzman says, "The old whore wanted me to do it." And he's dragged out of the hospital.
It is kind of ahead of its time because Jason Schwartzman is truly playing like an
Incel.
MRA guy.
Yeah, he's
the
great.
original incel.
Real nice guy hours.
Yeah, but not even like because I mean like the nice guy in like Road Trip was kind of like fucked, but not to this degree.
He
where-
was like a
But
bad
the,
guy.
but the nice guy in Road Trip is like got a heart of gold.
Yeah, you were supposed to like the
no,
nice
I
guy
mean
in
like the
Road Trip.
nice
This guy's
guy
like a villain.
who like
Oh,
This
the-
flavor is
the-
definitely
the
2-minute
TA
noodles, by the
guy.
way.
yeah, like he
Oh.
sucks, but he's not like an outright stalker who collects hair and stuff.
Yeah, he's
the
got
hair
hair.
model
He
thing.
is a
Hair
bit of
doll.
a
Very
He gets
good.
confronted at the end with the hair model, and he's like, "And it's mine, and I want it back."
Yeah, the thing where she was like, "Oh, it just fell out of my hair like this." That line's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I just did a burp, by the way. This is definitely 2-minute noodles flavor. I can taste it exactly like a 2-minute
Don't you
noodle
reckon?
burp.
Yeah.
It's 2-minute
terrible.
noodles.
I haven't
yeah.
tried one. Give me one. Baby needs.
I reckon the guy in Road Trip has some stalker stuff though. Like he turns up and like keeps trying to bid for this thing, like yells that he had a higher bid, then he like makes that phone call to fuck with Breckenmeyer. Like
I would love to bid on women. Is that cool? Is that a cool? Is that a cool?
We can
place?
set
I don't
that
think that's a
up.
cool opinion to have.
Let me call my friend Jeffrey.
I think I'd pay for sex work. If
Yeah,
I
why
had the
wouldn't
money,
you?
I would. Yeah.
I mean, I've been to a dominatrix,
Yeah.
so I have.
Mad respect. I think it's cool. I don't know how we got onto this, but I think I would.
How much will you give to my GoFundMe to be able to fuck me?
Good point.
You'll have to take $2,000 out of the GoFundMe and give it to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything that Becky gave you.
These
If
guys-
you bid on a woman, how much would you bid for Kat Dennings?
Start of the pay cycle or end of the pay cycle?
Let's say start.
Are you buying me beers at the end of the pay cycle?
Well, I mean, obviously, it's not. Yeah, it's a realistic scenario. I just bought Hastings $40 worth of beers last night.
Full pay? No, you bought $40 worth of beer for both of us.
Yeah, but we just.
So you spent $80.
Yeah.
I will buy you some beers. Kat Dennings, full paycheck. Fuck rent. That can cover my half. For
You
that
think you
week.
could buy Kat Dennings for like $2,500?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool that you think that's my paycheck.
Yeah, you could buy.
Because it's less.
Yeah. Are we talking fortnightly or monthly?
Monthly.
Oh, okay. Monthly would be more than that, but
How much more?
I'm not telling you how much I earn.
200.
I'm not telling you how much I earn. I get
know
paid
'cause-
fortnightly
I know
anyways.
because you've told me.
Yeah, I'd have to do the maths on what it is monthly.
And where do you
anyway.
live?
Which unit number?
Narrowena.
You'd give your mobile number away on the podcast, though, at the chance
No.
that you'd get some nudes, right?
No, that happened to
Yeah,
Carl
they've
Chandler.
learnt
and
that.
with disastrous results.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They gave it away when the pod wasn't as popular, and it's like still fucking them up.
He still gets messages.
Why don't you just change your fucking number?
Yeah, that
I
comes
think-
up on the pod a lot.
I think, but isn't it kind of that they're like, well, now it's sort of a bit. So you
Yeah,
kinda
and
have
also
to?
for like he has like a lot of like comedians and bookers and like
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah.
needs it for his work. Anyway, enough about another podcast that isn't as good. Carl Chandler, yeah, get him. Truth to power.
Has anyone ever done a Narrowena ref?
Yeah, heaps.
Yeah.
Okay,
a lot.
I
yeah,
assumed
yeah.
so.
Narrowing is where I'm from. Yeah.
What these guys run good scams. I think that's what I liked.
I
About
love
the
a good
movie lot.
scam, dog.
I do love a good scam.
And they got the whole heist thing where it's like, if you only see two of us, the other one's likely right.
yeah,
now.
yeah. It's got
Oh.
good.
What's the deal with the guy with sideburns? He's gay, right?
He's gay,
Like,
yeah.
he realizes
They
he's gay
pretty
through
much
the movie.
they pretty much spell out that he's gay.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if they were like making it all into like a gay joke or if he was actually like gay and that was like a turning point in his arc.
I mean, I think like
it's like a combination of both where it's like, haha, he's gay,
Yeah.
but like,
being gay is bad though, right?
I mean, no, but that's not, none of us said that. Only you.
No, it's like
Andrew
it's-
Hastings.
No, like it's wrong to be.
That's in the eyes of our Lord. Yeah,
Yeah, Mardi Gras weekend.
It's bad
it's sinful. Yeah,
to
yeah,
be gay.
it's evil to be a homosexual.
But that's what they like. That's what I
No.
thought they were doing with that. Like that, because I was like, oh, is this a sweet thing about him like gradually realizing he's gay, or is it just like he's like, oh, I'm gay, and everyone's like, of course not.
But there isn't a payoff to it.
I think most of our
that's what
listeners
I
are
thought.
queer. I think now that I think about it, we probably shouldn't slam gays so hard.
You're
mean,
transphobic to me on almost every episode.
It's done. Yeah, but it's the riffs are so good.
I like that you're about to say it was done in jest, but then you corrected because you're like, no, I'm serious
No,
about
no,
it, but
I-
I believe in the riffs.
No, I thought what he was going to say was it's done lovingly, but then he didn't want to admit that he loved me.
No,
Uh,
it's because I don't.
yeah, so he's gay. The
He's
guy
gay.
From okay.
Yeah,
I didn't see. I just thought they were doing a lame gay joke that didn't age well.
I mean,
yeah.
they still the
I
joke
reckon
is
there's
still
a strong
that
possibility that that's the case.
the joke is still that it's funny that he's gay.
Yeah.
like it's still a homophobic
Right.
joke.
And like the filming the female joggers at the start, Def certainly has a bit of stink on it now.
Yeah, that's no good.
It has a bit of stank on it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, unlike me and Jamie checking out women at Mardi
Well,
Gras.
we weren't filming.
Persecuting queer women.
No, these
They
women
weren't.
were
These
definitely
women were
straight.
not queer.
Right.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
The amount of times we fucked them, they're definitely straight.
Oh, they're fucking queer now.
I wonder if I've ever turned someone
I bet you,
for
yeah.
sure.
for sure.
I mean, I sort of did.
Yeah, I mean that's not really a brag in yours.
But it was a weird turn because it was like, hey, I'm a woman, and they're like, well, I can't be with you, but also like 4 months later, I'm with a woman.
I actually call coming out as gay a heel turn. That's what
I've turned a woman into being a shell of a woman after she.
I've
could
turned
get
a
that
woman
good.
onto
Your
a
current
fucking
wife.
Yeah.
onto a fucking front.
Yeah,
Who did?
turned a woman over.
I've turned a fucking woman over, dog. Hit it from the back like.
Do you like hitting it from the back, Bensley?
Hit it
I've
from the
never had
back like a
sex.
brat,
I'm
brother.
like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I've
Don't
never
you remember
boned.
from last week's episode?
yeah, I've never boned.
But
down.
you've jerked off a lot.
Yeah, all the time. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
What's your least favorite common sexual position?
Are you trying to parlay into
Doggy.
doing one of Jamie's bits?
Yeah.
You don't like doggy?
No, it's the worst.
Too difficult? Could you actually? I have a. This is a genuine question I have for you because
What?
this is the thing I've noticed with myself lately.
Oh, is
Because
this
I
a
put
fat
on
guy
because I put
thing?
on weight.
Oh man.
This is a real issue I've had lately. If I'm doing
I assume there's going to be some slapping happening now.
well, yeah. So like just in the last like couple of years, since I've put on the weight, I've noticed like if I'm doing a doggy, like my gut hangs over and it like rests on their lower back.
Oh, that's bad. Dad, towel rack.
gross.
Like and because like I can't like I remember when I like first did doggy.
I think that was cute.
When I was like 16, 17 and I first started doing doggy, I could like see what was happening. But now I can just see my gut
Your gut
just
is,
undulating on a woman's lower back.
I find my enjoyment of
I
doggy.
think your gut might be bigger than mine.
it's real
like
distended.
outwards. Mine like stretches.
Yeah,
in
you're
all
definitely
directions.
wider than me.
Yeah, I'm a wide load.
I bust wide though.
I find it. My enjoyment of doggy almost hinges on the
On which side of it you're on?
Yes, queen.
Look, I'll give you that. It does change. No, but if
I stand the king.
I'm giving, then
It's funny because you're gay.
Man. You become like a 90s comic in this.
oh man,
I'm on fire today.
but if you could see
You
how
are
much
gay.
I know. I just
I don't have to convince you that you're.
No, Rose, you're gay.
Oh, I'd only forgotten after I went out to celebrate my gayness all night last night.
Yeah.
If I am giving, then it depends on how tall the other person is,
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
because it really sort of changes the
A
configuration.
short
of it.
person's good to dog up.
I have sex with a tall woman pretty regularly. There's a 6'1" woman.
Giant.
She's
Yeah.
very attractive.
What are you 6'2"?
She's
6'3"?
taller than you.
Yeah, she's taller than me. Like quite comfortably taller.
I
than
fucked
me.
a woman taller than me.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
sleeping with a girl who was very tall one time. and it
Yeah.
was
But
kinda
honestly,
weird.
like with like
I've slept with a girl that's close to my height, but never taller.
with like sex position stuff, I actually think it like helps. Like it just seems to make angles and stuff. I can't explain why. I don't know why, but it seems to actually make things easier. Her being tall.
There's less to work, more to work with.
Yeah. It's also pretty sick, like walking down the street with like a really tall, really attractive person, because like the height is very eye-grabbing, but then it's like, damn, she's like, oh, she's tall and hot, and who's that little fucking goblin with her? Like I look
This is what
fucking-
happens when you and I walk down the street.
Oh, Jesus.
So what's your one? Your most overrated sexual position?
I always thought it was reverse cowgirl until recently, and now I'm like kind of getting into it a little bit. I think
Don't
it's
rehash that tweet that you deleted.
like- I actually forgot about that.
What is it?
Oh, I used to hate reverse. I like reverse cowgirl because making eye contact is good, but making eye contact is
you
better.
deleted that?
I deleted
He
that.
deleted it because Lauren Bonner did a frowny face reply.
Oh, and someone else, I think it was a Melbourne, I can't remember who, someone else just replied to it with Jesus. it
Really? That's
was
not...
Eddie Sharp. Eddie Sharp.
Oh, right, right.
Why
Just
would
Jesus.
you fucking like pick that joke? Like it's just a dumb joke. I would
yeah, there's
never...
more vile
I don't,
shit on
think
your
people, I don't think
TL.
people actually had a problem with it. I think
Yeah.
it's just, it was a lot.
Nah, I thought it
but
But
was
it's
great.
not
I-
even a lot.
I
It's just like
delete-
you like staring at someone's butthole.
But there's
I deleted
also
it
much
'cause it
more-
didn't do well. It didn't.
There's also much more vile shit on your TL than that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get pretty rank on there. I love it.
so it's
But
not
no,
reverse
it's not
cowgirl.
reverse cowgirl. I think girl on top is bad, except for
Nah,
when
girl on top rule.
I like
Girl
it.
on top
I like
is
it.
the
I like
best.
it as like a one
Other girl.
to like take a break. Like it's good to not have to be doing the cardio, and also I come less quickly when the girl's on top, so it's good for that.
How quickly do you come?
I mean, that's a complicated question.
What's yours, Bensley? If you were to have sex,
Were I to have sex, girl on top is overrated to me. I take like a leaf out of Jamie
It's
Kirk's
fun,
playbook.
but it's
King of the
not-
Mish.
Yeah.
Master of Mish, thank you. But
Yeah.
Um,
I think doggy can be kind of shit unless you get the angles right.
Yeah, doggy's
Sitting
not
up.
great.
like kind of like both sitting
Ah,
on
yeah,
each
sitting
other.
up.
Yeah.
That's really because it's like it's nice to be all close for a second, but then you're just kind of on top of each other and you
Yeah.
can't really move
You know what
much.
I worked out is that's only good. That actually works really. That's because it sucks. I agree that it sucks.
It's all about leverage.
It works really well if the other person is doing it right and they're doing all the work. Essentially, like they have to just do.
They're just
all the
hammering
fucking
you
work.
into the bed.
Yeah, then it's like, all right, I got some titties in my face. That's
everyone
pretty
knows
cool.
Mish. Mish is the best.
Yeah, Mish.
Man, I was having sex the other day and I freaked out for a second because I was in that position. Like we were both
No,
sitting
I can't believe it.
girl on top, and we had a bottle of ammo and we were passing it between
Oh
us.
god,
What? And we were passing.
that
it
would have been fucking nightmarish if you dropped it.
Well, this is what happened, right? So she had some, and so she's like all on ammo, and she starts like going pretty hard. And I'm like, all right, so I'm trying to do the ammo while it's happening. But
Look, let's be honest. You both had ammo because you wanted to do a bit of butt play.
you don't need ammo
and-
to do butt play. You just need lube.
But
I mean, yeah, it
Play.
helps. Like, no. Well, if I'm doing anal and I'm doing lube, I wait till I'm inside them before I.
No,
do
I
the
meant
ammo.
she was sticking a doorknob up your ass.
Oh yeah, no, I've done that. No, but so anyway, so she's like on top of me, and she knocks the ammo as it's in my hand, and like it nearly like goes on my face and mouth. Which like if that happens, like you will throw up everywhere. Like it's so poisonous. If you get ammo anywhere near your mouth, you're fucked.
But
like,
it's not the poison thing as well. Is it like it stains?
oh that too.
And
Yeah.
you'll just keep smelling it.
Yeah, I've seen people like accidentally get some on their lips and they just vomit for like 10 minutes. Like it's fucked up, man. Anyway, that nearly happened to me the other night, but it was all good. I did a cum.
Also, the worst part is like because it would really sting if you dropped it and just went like down to
Oh,
Genital
God.
City.
Yeah.
Genital City is where I want to move, baby.
I've got a high-rise apartment in Genital City.
That'd be a really ugly, humid, sticky town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
Get into some hairy situations down there.
But yeah, Slackers, good film. IMHO.
Great film. Probably one of the best.
Probably one of the best films ever made. It's like the Casablanca of.
I love Devon Sawa. He's
Yeah.
he's the weirdest looking dude.
He is.
I feel like he's
he doesn't
such a
look
bad
like
actor.
He doesn't.
Which one's
quite,
he in the movie?
He's
The
the
main
main
guy.
guy.
He never
Oh,
got
yeah.
any better at acting
But he
than he
doesn't-
was when he started as a teen.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
doesn't quite look like a conventional good-looking movie star,
yeah.
but he
That's why his
obviously
career
is.
fucking went nowhere, really.
Yeah, but now he's like made a career of like having like a fake Twitter beef with Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, I read that article too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
Mm.
Mm.
Have you ever seen SLC Punk?
No,
Devon Sawa's in.
Matthew Lillard's the guy
Matthew
in that.
Lillard's in that as well.
Yeah, we got to watch that
They're
one.
the two
We'll
main
get you
characters.
back for it.
Oh, it's great. And by which I mean Rosie's gonna hate it.
We could do Idle Hands with some stoner.
Yeah, Idle Hands rules.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Guy gets his hand cut off, it becomes Killer Hand. Jessica Alba's first movie, hot as shit.
And it's a stoner movie, you reckon?
Yep.
So we should get a stoner guest?
Yeah.
So not Dave Henning, because he would never do that.
No. Certainly not with his vocation that he may or may not have.
Yeah. Now we can get Charlie back.
Charlie doesn't give a shit about anything.
Charlie doesn't give a fuck. Oh, man. I love Charles.
Mr. McCann.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. What gigs are you guys doing tonight?
No, this is terrible pod content.
What are you doing, Rose?
Just ask that after the show.
Oh, man. I just want to know. I don't know if I'm going to go home or if I'm going to go to a gig.
Just come on my face.
Yeah, I could do that.
We've done 50 minutes, so we can. You can ask us this question in like literally 2 minutes.
I suppose.
We did a lot of good. Remember the conspiracy stuff? Didn't
That is-
seem like we were out of steam then.
Yeah. It's a very hot day, audience.
Yeah, I've
Please
been sweating
have some
profusely
sympathy.
in that.
Yeah.
May.
Mardi Gras was
That
last
has,
night.
That has nothing
Some
to
of us
do
are
with the
hungover.
activities of last night.
I'm not hungover at all. I'm
Yeah, me neither.
just got real stoned.
I'm not really hungover. I'm just a bit wiped and sweating a lot.
Man, not bad. Not bad pod content, boys.
Yeah, we did it again. Drew, what a delight having you. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was great.
That's good. Plug. Puppagettis. Every
Butt.
third Tuesday. Butt plug. Hastings asshole. Every third Friday.
I haven't used a butt plug in a little while, actually. Maybe I shouldn't go to a gig tonight. Maybe I should take some Andrew time.
We must.
Well, by that I
clarify this.
mean
It's
me
not
and
every-
Bensley are gonna go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna go
Bensley.
fight.
It's not every third Tuesday. It's the third Tuesday of every month.
Oh, right.
Follow me on Twitter, Drew Bensley.
Cactus Juice every Monday.
Power
Yeah.
Bomb Comedy every single goddamn
Ever-
Friday.
ever-
Except Good Friday, actually, which might
Yeah.
be around the time this episode comes
If
out.
you,
Ever-
live,
Everly
if you live in
comedy.
Canberra, come see me and my brother. Fuck.
Follow me on myfreecams.com/drunk_slut69.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am actually going to check that out. I don't know, man. What about come to comedy festival stuff. Melbourne International Comedy Festival. What's the name of your show, Drew?
5:30 show.
Vulgar Display of Comedy, Andrew Hastings at 9:30 p.m. And also come to see Vulgar Display of Comedy at Sydney Comedy Festival at the Factory Theatre on the 1st and 3rd of May.
I'll be there.
Yeah, Jamie's opening.
Yeah.
Sick. I'll come.
Jamie's opening, and then he's going to do some comedy.
Oh! Boom, boom. That's it. Bye. I mean, no, wait. To the next step.
To the next app.
To the next.
Reverse Cowgirl was an inside job.